Yo, that's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the social norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social norm.
And I'm
Yep. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back at it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Beans.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, it's the social norm. We go ahead and talk to you fellas, make y'all think a little different, open your minds up so y'all can be the best y'all can be. Now, today's episode is called Drown Out the Noise of the Damn Peasants. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a banger today, y'all, because we got a lot of stuff we got to get to. Now, before we even get to it,
Yes.
I got to go ahead and say rest in peace to my man, Kevin Samuels. If he truly is gone, he will be missed from me. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Yeah. Everybody got their own opinions about him.
Yeah.
But in general, a loss of any life
It's sad.
It's sad.
And you
Whether
know
you
what?
like the man or not.
He passed away yesterday at 56 due to
It's
heart
looking
attack.
like a heart attack.
a heart attack. That's what I'm thinking they're
Yeah.
saying. But I don't know, man. Somehow I still feel like he's alive. I don't know if he's. I don't know. I just don't. The way it came about and the platforms that people were coming from, I just didn't believe it. But I mean, Breakfast Club, they said
he was dead.
he's dead. So
you know what you doing? You doing the Tupac thing. The Tupac and the Biggie.
maybe
He
because
ain't
he's a
dead.
legend. Maybe because I don't want him to be gone.
Yeah. That's
I
what
don't
it-
want him to be gone because he
years-
was so entertaining for me.
like years after Tupac died, people was like, he hiding out in, the Bahamas. Like, no, my man is dead. Come on, y'all. We need to put my
See,
man
but the
to rest.
difference is Tupac got shot multiple times and was in the hospital. So
Yeah.
I get but a heart attack, I'm just like, the man looked like he was in good health. He worked out.
You never know how many people we know have
You're right.
just dropped because of heart attack.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So shout out to you, Kevin Samuels, man. You will be missed, and hopefully y'all go check his channel out, even though he's maybe not gonna be putting no new channels out. Whatever.
Well, of course he's not if he's really gone.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dude,
All right.
I can't
So,
deal with this.
Before we get into the episode, I gotta give you this disclaimer. This is me and Bean's personal opinion. This is not the end all be all. This is not factual. This is not the who said it and why. This is not your mama talking and we just answer. This is just me and Beans and how we see things. Our opinion. Respect our opinion. We respect y'all's. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to get in on this because I get so many times people hitting us up talking about, you should do this, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't do this. You got to drown out the noise of the peasants, because how can someone tell you how to do something that they ain't never done before?
I see your point.
You know what I mean? It'd be like you going and trying to be a millionaire and you're talking to people who don't even got $10,000 in their pocket. How can you tell me how to be a millionaire if you're not a millionaire? I can't respect anybody trying to tell me what I need to do or what you need to do if you're not doing it already.
Now, when they say you shouldn't say certain things, do you mean like, okay, I know you made a comment about the whole monkey. I know people keep bringing this up to you,
Yeah.
but the whole monkey situation.
Yes.
Like, I do believe there are certain things you shouldn't say in general.
If I,
You know what I mean? Like speaking ill of the dead. Me personally, I don't think you should do that.
I'm pretty sure there's some people who posted online and said some nasty things about Kevin Samuels since he's passed away.
Yes, guaranteed.
Do you think the women of that had issues with him are going to be respectful, or are they going to be petty motherfuckers
No,
who
the internet
literally will hate this man to the end?
Unfortunately, the internet is savage, and they will.
But the internet
there will be someone who got some negative.
This, you know why the internet's savage is because the internet is what people really think. It's what you really think, because for some reason when we start typing or we start watching other things, we forget that filter of possible danger.
Yeah, because
see, like
because we're doing it in a safe space.
Exactly.
I can talk
all the shit I want to talk that I've been wanting to talk.
Yeah,
but I know you can't come get me because you don't know where I'm in. I'm in Washington D.C. somewhere, and you're in India, and I'm talking shit to you.
Yeah, people get real brave.
So what I'm saying is, the internet is our inner thoughts. That is how we really think about everybody.
And I had to warn my parents, because when they was like, I think I might join Facebook. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't want these problems.
I don't think you should be on here, because people you think are one way are a whole different way on here.
I'm gonna give you an example. I just finished talking to somebody. I'm not gonna say who they are. It's a family member, and they were having an issue with another family member of mine because they had posted something that they didn't like, and they said, "I don't think you need." They didn't argue online. They saw the post and then messaged the person directly. It was like, "Look, I don't think you should be doing that. It's not a good look for you. It's not going to help you out." Because a lot of people think venting about what's going on in their lives with other people in their lives Facebook is going to help them. It's not. It is literally you're feeding your problems to the wolves, because we are going to eat it up, spit it out, and move on with no remorse.
Yeah, don't go online. You're right. I would have to agree. And the thing about that is, I've also learned that people who do that, and let's say you did get positive comments, right, about whatever they put something else, and somebody put something negative about it. They be like, "Yo, you need to mind your business." Like, you can't have
that's it.
Both ways.
Yes. Remember, I don't remember years ago. It was a couple years ago where this girl had posted a picture. And I think she said either rate me or, what do y'all think, or something like that. And I said jokingly, because she had her calves kind of hanging. I said, you gotta start working out them calves.
Oh,
I said, them calves, you gotta start doing some calf raises.
You gotta be careful with that.
And she got so defensive and so mad at me. What you and I'm like, oh God, you're so freaking sensitive. It was a joke, and she couldn't handle it. She blocked me, which, like, what is that going to do? How is that going to make me feel any bad? Like, we don't know each other. Like, I've seen her around, but I don't know her like that for real.
That's her version of get back.
You're not getting nothing back because you weren't in my life anyway.
Well, to her, that's, I cut you off. That's all she could do.
All you did was, you know what you did? You showed that what I bring is too harsh for your life, and you have to cut it off because you emotionally can't handle it. And in that mind, you think you won, but I'm like, I won.
I tell people all the time, they put that rate me. Don't if you're not ready for some backlash, because I don't know why people think you'll put a pretty picture up and think everybody gonna like it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what she wanted. She wanted everybody to give her positive vibes. You can't, with anything positive comes the opposite, a negative too. You can't be mad at the negative people who come at you and say, and I wasn't even being negative. I was just joking. Like, maybe I could have been a little negative. I was trying to just hit a little bit, not nothing serious.
You trying to get a little dig.
Like, who gets mad about calves?
Calves? Listen.
Like, if I was like, dude, your calves is lame as hell, bro, you'll be like, okay, like, they're fucking calves.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't think nothing. No.
I feel like calves are like on the lower ring of body parts that I would care about. If you said my face,
Yeah.
I'd be a little bit more, pissed off about the shit. My
Well,
dick, I'm not
And,
gonna.
I think it's because women too, they are really often judged by their bodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but
their
my thing
beauty
is
in their
this:
bodies.
if you are trying to make yourself feel better about your body, don't go and post stuff on Facebook and then accept 100,000 dudes who say, "Oh, you look beautiful," and then the 3 guys who say, I don't like that shade of color you got on you," or "You need to work on your calves," or what. You just block, block, block. You're so sensitive. You only want positives or affirmations of, "Oh, you're great," to boost your ego because you have a low self-esteem.
It's very unrealistic. But that's just how that's
You
just
know,
how
no,
humanity
stop saying.
works though.
Look, you know how many times I posted something and clown me and joke and try to say something to try to make me feel insecure. The reality is, I had to learn to not give a fuck about the peasants. If you got time, and I'm talking about even on her end, I was a peasant at that point. The way she should have handled that was not even said nothing to me.
No, I get it.
But she made it where it offended her, so I knew I would. Now I'm on an equal playing field with you.
Well, I'm just I agree with you what you're saying. I'm just saying you can say 99 good things about somebody, but they'll only remember the one bad thing they said about you.
That's true.
But like you said, you gotta, and then you say one negative thing to some people, and it ruins their day. I mean, it just destroys.
Oh yeah,
them.
you know what? Because I remember you ever be with a lady, your girl or something, and then you say something, and then hours, days later, she bring that shit up again. She like, "What do you mean by that my arms are a little, my back,
loose.
a little loose? What did you mean by that?" You was making a little jokey joke.
Let me tell you something about that, because I in my marriage, my wife would bring up something that I said like 6-7 years ago.
Isn't that annoying?
And I'm like, I don't even remember what I did this morning, and you want me to remember something I said?
Yeah.
So I had to tell her this. I'm like, look, if I say something to you on Monday, you have 24 hours. You have till Tuesday to say something about it, or don't bring it up to me.
You on the clock, bitch.
Yeah.
You was on the clock.
Don't bring it up to me, because I'm telling you bring it up 2-3 days later, I'm not gonna know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that right there just they just want a reason to argue. That's what it is. If you're bringing up something that you didn't sit well with you, it took you a week and a half to bring it up.
Yeah.
You couldn't have just said it as soon as I said something you didn't like.
I was at a party once, and somebody else said something to her. I didn't think it was at the time. I didn't think it was a big deal, but somebody said something to her, and then we're driving home 3 hours later.
That's an insecure motherfucker.
And I was just like, "What are you talking about?" It's like when she said this, and this.
Did you see? No, didn't I say some shit like that? When she said this, did you see how she made her eyes? She rolled her eyes. I was like, everything roll her eyes. You are making things up in your mind. You are crazy, bitch. You are crazy.
I've gotten in so many arguments over things. I'm like, I had asked her, what did you hear when she said this? Like, that's not what I heard.
I don't even do that. I was like, look, you want some ice cream? Do you need something to soothe your insecurities? Because right now, you just making up shit. Just so she never liked me. You remember when I brought that pie to her? She never even told me she liked it. Yeah, you like, girl, about the pie again? Like, let it go.
I think there's just some type of internal, women, they always beefing with each other no matter what. I'll tell you what happened.
Go ahead.
Right before he got married, right? People were talking to us at this party.
Yeah.
And they just asked, this lady was like, hey, you guys think about having kids? And we was like, I guess. And all she said to my wife was, you should at least have one. Right? That's all she said.
That's small talk.
And
okay.
Like, all right, yeah. And then she walked away. That's what we argued about later. I was like, what is she?
She dropped a bomb on you and you didn't even realize. Yeah. She's like, okay. And then the fact that you were like, okay, now she's gonna put in her head that you fucking agree with this crazy. Who is her to tell us that she got one.
She was like, she's trying to force me to have your kids. I'm like, where did you get that from? That's
Dude, that was a
not
red
true.
flag right there.
I was like, that's
Who
not
is forcing
true.
you? She just said you. She's like, did you hire her?
You know
Did you
what
put
I'm
her
saying?
in? Try to put that in my ear. That
I
we're gonna
was
have,
like,
come on, man.
I was like, yo, that's not even that. I said that was small talk. That was just
She don't even. Yeah,
random conversation.
that's what I'm saying. Like we live in a world right now where it's people are so sensitive and so insecure
Yes,
that anything you say
anything.
could turn into you made me feel this way. I didn't make you feel this way. Your insecure ass made you feel this way.
It's tough dealing with somebody who got insecure because it's anything turns into a.
I think they should make
situation.
every kid starting now because they gotten even softer than us and before us they were harder. So we look soft to people who are in their 50s and 60s
Yep.
and 80s. They probably look at us like fucking girls. I'm saying we need to bring back fuck all like this is when I knew the change was gonna stop happening, and everybody was gonna be soft skinned, and everybody was gonna be fucking weak little sissies. The day they took dodgeball and they made the rubber ball that used to light fire on your ass when you were fucking
I used to
sound off on
love-
people, they made it into a foam ball that you could throw it as hard as you want, it wouldn't hurt nobody. They made us soft. And right now, this channel, we're trying to fight back for us being soft because we've been soft so long, people.
For me,
fellas.
This I know. So it's funny you say that because this sounds like bullying, but I tell my nieces all the time, like, man, y'all weak as hell.
You need bullying.
You do, because I took them to the park one time, and first of all, they didn't want to go to the park, and I was like, what kid doesn't want to run outside? But apparently these kids don't. So I took them to the park, and there was all these like wood chips and padding on the ground. And I'm asking the parents, like, what is all this?
Wood chips and padding.
You got
I know wood chips.
Like they got this like special like padding foam. So if they fall,
they won't scrape
it
themselves.
Cushions the blow, and they don't. I'm like,
see,
what?
when we was kids, all it was wood chips.
Concrete is what I had.
Oh, you had, oh no, see, I live in the suburbs. We had wood chips.
You fall, you
slid on them wood chips and just kept it moving.
That's it. You just
scrape a little bit and kept it moving.
Yeah, that's all you did.
Like
you didn't want to mess up playtime. And yeah, one time I was riding a bike and I fell off and I busted my knee.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in the house. I was like, "No, you got band-aids or whatever." Yeah, it's fine. And I went right back out, busting my other knee. And
look, one time my sister, bless her heart, she tripped and fell and like skinned her leg up and her arm. It was bleeding. It was like just like, you know, and I laughed so hard. You know, my sister was just bloody, crying, and I just laughed. And then I was like, you hurt yourself. Then I saw the blood and I was like, I kind of feel a little bit bad, but not that much. So you know, we called my parents. My dad came, gave, you know, put the alcohol, you know, the IV, whatever that shit is called.
The iodine.
Iodine, and it's okay. We get you some ice cream, and then she was back out there doing her thing.
Listen, we didn't even get that. My mother be like, "Boy, get up off that ground."
It was a gnarly scratch. Like it wasn't like no scratch. It was like her whole arm was all fucking.
My parents were more concerned about the clothes we had. Look,
boy, you better not dirty up them clothes.
Boy, you get over that ground, dirt them clothes up. Just bought you.
Well, that's why you never let the kids go outside with. You only gave them their play clothes. They wear their play clothes. That's and that's sad. There ain't kids don't even know nothing about play clothes.
Clothes, none of that stuff. I had to tell them about freeze tag and all these other games they had. I was like, yo, I said, y'all know nothing. That's how I know I'm getting that age where my parent, like your parents said, well, back in my day, we did this and this. I find myself saying that to my niece. Well, my day, we had real games.
That's when you know you old.
Yeah.
In my day, we used to go ahead and use a candle to
see in the dark.
To get to the hall.
Y'all got flashlights.
To get to the bathroom. Hey, y'all, if y'all like the content, man, go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, hit the notification bell so you can't miss none of our next videos. You know, we do them always Monday, Friday, 4:30 Eastern time. And, you know, you can hit the donation bell, hit the donation Cash App if you want to help the channel out. We appreciate everybody, you know. So now you had came across a video.
Yes, I did.
that you posted on our Facebook channel. Y'all go follow us on the Social Norm Facebook page. And actually, I'm about to pull it up right now so we can go ahead and watch this
Okay,
thing.
I'll
You want
let
to
it-
give a backstory?
Well,
or-
basically, when I found it, it's basically a man asking a woman, "What's the best way to take care of his girlfriend?"
All right.
And this woman responds.
Do. What if I could just do it like this? There we go. Oh, there we go, y'all. Let's get it.
I asked her how to treat my girlfriend, and this
Well, you know, I
happened.
have a daughter of my own, and the best way you could treat a female is be disrespectful.
This dude is a genius.
Don't show her no love. Don't take her nowhere. Just straight disrespect.
He's a genius.
All right. So I gotta be honest with you. I totally agree with what she's talking about. You can't look. Anytime you show a woman too much respect and too much affection, she starts to think she's better than you. Because she doesn't think she deserves respect or appreciation or all the nice things you're doing because she thinks it's fake. You're only doing it because you want pussy. That's what she's thinking. But if you treat her the way you know you really want to treat her, like you're not better than me.
When I posted this, I literally deep down inside, I wanted somebody to be like, "No, this ain't it. She wrong."
Who
whatever.
a girl?
That's why I posted. I posted it for
They
women.
were gonna say that.
Women to respond. Well, listen, like 24 people saw it,
And they didn't say nothing
and nobody said anything.
because
So
they know the truth.
So
Y'all know the truth, ladies. Sometimes a guy who just cares too much is just not sexy to y'all. Y'all like, oh my God, he brought another flowers. God damn it. Will he fucking just why? I'm not that important.
and it's crazy because my first initial thought was, man, this woman is lost. But then my second thought was, you know what? I need to start listening because I hear this crap all the time.
You know,
And-
go ahead.
I'm starting to really, I'm in this place in my life where I'm starting to unlearn all the stuff I was taught.
All the bullshit. You
Yes.
the wasted stuff that you don't need
Because-
to use no more.
Another reason why I put this video was I had a conversation with somebody who's kind of a mentor. I gotta change this up because they don't want me to know she said this. So, she don't want. But I was talking, and this person in my life she's a real big advocate of like not hitting women and no domestic violence and things like that. Okay, because she grew up in a violent household. I know this woman personally. She grew up in a violent household. I can confirm this. I talked to the person who did it, and he said, yeah, he did do that stuff.
Yeah, what was she doing wrong?
Who oh God, I'm not even talking.
What was she doing wrong?
But every time this person's wife would like,
Didn't I say over easy eggs, not scrambled?
and then like he told me, he was just like, and he owned it. He's like, yeah, sometimes
She got a line.
Yeah, gave it that. And I was like, you know what?
Hey, at least he ain't shy away from
He
it.
didn't.
AKA meaning if I slap her ass, what you think I'll do to you?
Yeah, basically. So
Them type of man we
So listen, you can't tell him no other way. You can't tell him that. So I told this person, I really respect this person's opinion. And we were talking about some situations I've gotten into, and I've almost been part of, domestic situations. And I said, hey, look, I know you don't like this stuff, but to be honest, I'm not proud to say this, but I've almost slapped my significant other, like got up and like she was going crazy on me, and I almost got up and just smacked the taste out of her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer she gave me was, well, you know what? Maybe you should have. And it destroyed.
Let me tell you what that was.
Everything.
That was a wise woman who realized after the years of her saying, oh, I don't think women should get hit. She realized the bullshit she done and the bullshit she's seen other women do. And she's just thinking in her head, the shit that her friends have done, she said, damn, your ass need to get fucking slapped. Somebody need to slap your ass. And they never did, and the bullshit continued on. So but when they close to you, women tend to want to tell the truth to that person. That, if they're, like if it's your auntie or a sister, or cousin or mama, they're gonna tell you the truth of the bullshit that you pretty much about to be facing.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I said, all these years, you were telling me not to do this.
And you listened.
And I
like
did.
A goddamn
because this
sucker.
I'm like, why would this person lie to me? Why would this person still steer me wrong? That's why I took what they said. I was like, okay.
Let me just say this.
It is what it is.
Do you think it would be smart if you were a lion to ask a gazelle how to catch gazelle? No, you don't ask a gazelle how to catch a gazelle. They're gonna give you the wrong information because they're embedded in them not to tell you how to catch the real gazelle, because they don't want to get caught, even if it's not from the. You gotta talk to a lion. A lion is gonna tell you how to catch a damn gazelle who been catching gazelles.
I was just like,
and that's why I'm telling fellas, stop going to women asking them how to get women. They don't know. They're going to tell you what they want to tell you, a freaking fairy tale story that's not real. And they're going to tell you, oh, you're wrong, Canteen. You don't know, Canteen. You don't know women. I know what the experience that I've been with women. And I'm telling you, every time I've ever tried to be extra nice and extra caring, it's failed. Women like they start being disrespectful. They start, not taking you for granted because you have not created the reality of that they need you more than you need them. And when they need you to prove to them they do need you, but when you keep trying to say, oh, what can I do to make you happy today? Why would I need to worry about you being happy? You lucky you here right now. That's the type of attitude you gotta have. She is lucky because she knows I could, in a snap, as soon as you leave, I can get somebody else. That's the type of attitude you gotta give her.
And it's crazy because this year, I told you yesterday, this is a rebuilding year because everything I've known, or thought I knew, everything that I believed and was taught is being challenged and contradicted,
but proven to be right.
Question on a daily basis. I'm talking about all the stuff I learned back then.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's being contradicted even by the people who taught me it. So now I'm in, like I said, I'm at a crossroads where I'm like, yo, what the? All that shit y'all was telling me
was wrong.
Was wrong. And they admit, okay, I think I was wrong. And I'm like, nah, but all this stuff, but you don't want me to believe this new stuff I'm trying to.
This is the thing.
Learn.
Okay, so you ever have a woman who like literally just cared about you, where they like got you stuff, they was buying you things, they like really like gift back, they was doing extra shit that you were not used to from the average woman?
Yeah,
I've had wow, she really, really likes me. Mm-hmm. Like way more than I've seen other women like me. And how good it made you feel, right? Mm-hmm. Now imagine if every woman did that to you, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think you'd still have that same feeling of goodness?
No.
You'd be like, this is trying another gift bag for this, another goddamn, no, Okay, so what I'm saying is this. When women say they want that feeling, they want the feeling from guys that they actually like or attracted to, because they get that all the time from guys. The baskets, the attention, the validation. What they don't get is guys that they actually are attracted to, the validation. So they're cool when they say, oh no, we do want these things. No, they really don't. Because even the guys who they think are attractive they can do that for a minute, but if they kept doing it, it loses its luster. It's not like you are like respecting it, and then you don't respect that person. But if you barely ever give them anything, and then you finally give them a smidge of something, they're like, "Oh my god, he's coming around. He's coming around. She's coming around. She's starting to really like me. Oh, if I just keep going, if I just go a little harder and do a little bit more, they might start being nicer." That's how they think. That's how people think. But men, we have been taught by women. It's not y'all. It's not our fault 100%. It's the way we've been raised. But when you're raised by women, when you're raised by gazelles to teach you how to hunt gazelles, you're gonna not catch no damn gazelles. Not the right ones, not the ones you want.
And like I said, it's because people often say, "Well, why don't you challenge Canteen about this, and why don't you say this and that?"
Why don't you come challenge me,
that's
goddammit?
the first thing I said. Well, I said, "Well, the door is open. You can do it if that's how you feel."
No, because they're soft.
And I said the second thing is, I'm not sure I believe what I've been taught anymore. Like, I'm not 100% on this.
Let me ask you this: slowly but surely, are you starting to actually agree with some of the shit I say?
I am, and it's because
you're seeing that it's to be true.
I'm seeing it with my eyes. This is real. I mean,
no, wide open. That's what you about to say.
Eyes are wide open. Now, let me give you an example. It's like for years, people would say, "You see this box right here? That's not there." That's what people been telling. It's not there. But my eyes.
I don't think the audience can see the box.
Well, anyway, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
How about this?
Okay, you see this? You see this blue piece of blue sticky note? It's like people for years been telling me that's not there. Right?
Yeah.
But my eyes and my experiences are telling me
it's there.
It's right there in your hand.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel right now. It's like everybody else knew it was there.
But how crazy would it be though, right? If everybody says this is here, you like, I see it's here. And then you go through it, you try to go grab it, and it's a hologram. And it never was there. That's literally what they did to you.
Yeah.
It made you believe something.
I made believe something that wasn't.
And then by the time you're finally at it,
figure it
pull
out.
the sheets up under you, and you're
It's
like, oh,
too late. Like now I'm gonna give you an example. Like when you say women, I used to battle you on this. When you say women are treated like children, I always be like, dude, don't say that. You shouldn't say that's not true. Blah blah blah.
Bullshit.
And then, after a while, you show me that video, and I heard other
example
women say
after example,
and
after
I was like, you know what? He's
starting to make sense.
He's starting to make sense. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man. I don't just say this shit to just say it. I'm saying it because I'm witnessing. I'm very observant. I'm an observer. I like to watch people. I like to see how people think about certain things. I ask questions a lot because it makes me understand. Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe I never saw it this way. So maybe somebody could tell me it this way. But then I've been around in different parts of the world, or not the world, the United States, to where I met people. I'm a people person, to where I start seeing other ways of perspective of things. So when I see things, I have a wide perspective. People might think I'm very closed off, but I'm not. I have a very wide perspective. I've talked to a lot of people that you wouldn't think I have talked to, asking them questions that are controversial because a lot of times people don't speak about these things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they get kind of like, wow, I'm surprised you asked me this. But then they tell me their perspective on it. Because I know my life. I know how I grew up. I grew up around white people, suburban white people. From my adolescence, from little kid, teenager, to when I became a young adult, 17, 18, that's when I jumped into the black culture. And when I mean the black culture, I mean there's no white people around. It's just black people. So the same amount of black people that was in my life when I was younger is the same amount of white people that was in my life when I was, meaning like 3 or 4. So I've experienced both sides. Now, the reason I don't associate so much all the negative stuff I see from the black culture is because when I was really young, I didn't live in that culture. Do you understand?
Yeah, I got you.
So
I
when
got
you don't live in a certain culture, you don't accept the ways of that culture. If it's negative, see, negative when you're young, you accept those negative cultures because that's all you've been around. You don't know nothing else.
That's true.
So when you get older, you're already stuck in your childish ways. A lot of times the issues we have in our lives is from when we were a child. So me being older and then experiencing the black community, the black experience, whatever you want to call it, my culture, I saw the negative stuff. Not saying there wasn't there was a lot of positive stuff that I was being introduced to that I loved. That I was like, wow, I'm so happy and proud to be in this environment that I can see stuff that, I mean, you understand? I joined a fraternity, a brotherhood. I was on a step team. I was on a football team. I saw marching bands. I seen all this stuff that I never seen in growing up as a young kid in a suburban white area. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. But just with the good, there's got to be bad too. Y'all can't get mad at me because I see the good, but I also acknowledge the bad. And the reason I acknowledge the bad is because I don't accept it, because I didn't grow up accepting it as a young kid. I didn't ever see none of that. So when I see it, I say, wow, what the fuck is y'all doing? Y'all don't see this nonsense?
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, because there are some things that I see like you would tell me, how do you even deal with that? I'm like, I'm just used to that.
You used to it. I'm not give you a prime example. I grew up around white people when I was younger. I know how white people are. I know how they do underhanded comments. I know how to do a lot of things. Not saying I'm not making that as general, but I'm saying I know how they talk. I know suburban white language lingo like the back of my hand. I grew up around it. You take somebody older who only grew up, who take the opposite. Somebody who grew up in the black neighborhood as a young kid and then come to a white neighborhood and be around them when they're either a young adult, teenager, or whatever. They are going to have a hard ass time because the way they live is completely different. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the other side wouldn't have a hard time either. I'm just saying the stuff white people do, that are negative, right? That are negative. I don't accept them, but I don't take it to the same extent people who didn't grow up in that neighborhood young do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So what I'm saying is the same way black people who grew up in a black culture at a young age, when they get to a white culture, they react in a way more harsher way because they don't accept that type of stuff because they didn't grow up around it. I'm not saying I accept somebody defacing my name or calling me a nigger. No, I don't. I handle that the same way I handle anybody being disrespectful to me. But I'm saying is I don't get to the point where I gotta go outside and go extreme with somebody.
I get you. I basically that's what I did. I live in a very nice neighborhood now.
Yeah,
mainly white and Asian, and I think the first 3 nights I couldn't sleep.
Yeah,
because it was so quiet. I was like, dude, where is everybody? It's like I couldn't. It was
black folks, they yelling and arguing.
I hear the
white
parties,
folks they tied their woman out and put her in the basement. I fuck with y'all, man.
And my
now
neighbors
we go off to sleep.
last Thanksgiving, right? My neighbors had a party. They had people over and things like that, and it wasn't that loud. And they knocked on the door and invited me over.
That's what they do.
And I was like, what do y'all want?
Let me explain to you. This is how, when you move into a suburban area, you might get a couple of people in the neighborhood like, what the hell are they doing here? Yeah. But it all depends on how you come in. If you're the bougie black people that have, a little something, and they come in, they're very more easily to come in. Now, if you come in that bitch like you from Rough Riders, and like, hey, come on and raise, take a shot, and you coming in that bitch with 10, you got the wheels spinning, you like, because we came up, we don't hit the lotto, so now we on some, ghetto fabulous type stuff. You're gonna have some struggles. because that's
Yeah.
so total opposite.
And when I first met them, they knocked on the door. I'm like, what the hell y'all want? Like, I,
Yes, no, this is what I'm saying is when you move in, what is going to happen is the people who accept you, who are like, oh, this is great, they're going to greet you to the neighborhood. They're going to bring over dishes of desserts, dishes of food, or whatever to get you. And this is what's going to happen, white folks. Black people are going to throw that shit in the trash because they don't trust the shit out of y'all. They're going to be like, they trying to poison us before we even get in this neighborhood. I'm just telling y'all the truth. This is what we do. We throw all that shit in the garbage.
tell a straight secret.
None of that gets used. The only thing you could possibly give you so stop bringing dishes of your culture or whatever because they're not eating it. What you need to do, you laugh, but you keep it real with them. You need to get some things that's useful. Don't get tools because we think you might use that some type of because if you come to the door and you got a hammer in your hand, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, we gonna think,
You know,
you coming
a
to get
wrench,
me? Yeah.
like just bring stuff like, hey, I got you some
Don't be stereotypical with it though.
I was gonna say some shower curtains or something like that, but don't do that either because y'all you could really be touchy because some black woman will be like, what this bitch don't think I know how to decorate my house?
Keep
like
it
that's
basic. Keep it basic like a cake or something like that.
No.
No,
do you hear what I
mean,
said?
like,
No, you get her. I'm telling you what you get them. A cake holder. You know, something you put the cake in, something like that. Get them Tupperware. Get them something that shows, hey, we just bring you to the neighborhood. Don't get them any food.
I didn't think you could screw up cake though.
No, you're not hearing me. You seen the help.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Black folks ain't taking y'all food. They are throwing it in the trash. And then they're gonna tell you for the next 6 months when they see anybody of your family member, man, that cake was really good. They're gonna lie. They're gonna keep trying to make that lie up. It's been 7 years you've been living in that neighborhood, and they still think you ate that strawberry pie they made. Nobody ate that shit. And black folks, you dead wrong for sitting there trying to keep this lie going to the neighbors that you ate that shit.
But look, man, I'll be real trying.
And I know this. I only know this how this been going on forever because
That's
my mother did. My mother threw away all this. He brought all this type of food, because my dad was, he played, so he was a little famous. So they all knew him in the neighborhood, bringing stuff to the house. My mom threw right. They ain't eating this stuff. I don't know what this type of. My parents from Mississippi. They is not taking no. They not doing it.
No green bean casserole. You know
now once you get closer in the neighborhood, you've been there for a couple years, 5, 6, 7 years. You would take, Susie and Sharon down the street. You know them, and they'll, they be at bingo together and stuff like that. My mom, so you would literally be like, all right, we go to a Christmas party at their house or whatever case, Thanksgiving. Well, not Thanksgiving, but Christmas party and stuff. And they will give us stuff, man. We don't have so much stuff now. So I've been living, but I lived in that neighborhood for like 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like I got there when I was 5. So more than 20. It was like 15. It was like, not more than 20. Yeah.
There was a time. Let's see. Let me think.
That's what we need to do an episode on. The truths of what Black people do in suburban white neighborhoods,
telling trade
and then
secrets.
Because you ain't gonna. Well, I mean, you can't make an episode that says the truth that white people do when they go into black neighborhoods, because they don't. They just don't go in their neighborhoods.
That's true. Listen, white parents, they after a while they started to do decent, and they go, and when you end up in a decent neighborhood,
I'm waiting on seeing the opposite of the Jeffersons. Well, you moving on down
man.
to the south side. Like, imagine they should do a sitcom where it's a white family who was embezzling money, like in Wall Street, and they lost it all. And now they have to move. Oh, that's a good ass idea, ain't it? And they have to move from their penthouse apartment, to the hood. Like
is that
I've
never seen this movie before, but it's with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell. I don't know if that happened.
Yes.
I've never seen the movie.
So what happened was Kevin Hart I know you're talking about. Will Ferrell was rich. Will Ferrell got he lost all his money, but he got in trouble. Well, he got tricked into being a Ponzi scheme thing or whatever, fraud, and he was going to jail. So he was teaching them how to go to jail.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was.
Okay.
Which is racist as hell too. But regardless, we'll go with that. But imagine a show where the family loses their money for whatever case may be, and they have to get moved to a lower income area that is predominantly
Black.
Asian. No, black. Yes.
That'd
be a real twist right
and
there.
And they had to
Asian.
sit there and
you got the one
go
Asian.
through all the stereotypes.
Yeah, no, not just literally having to live and figure out the customs of, everything. Like, I'm asking you because I didn't grow up in a urban, lower income area. Do you, when you were born, were you already living at the house you always lived at?
No.
Okay, so you moved into the house.
Yeah, later
like
on.
you were alive when they moved into the house.
Yeah, later on. Down
Okay,
the line.
when they moved into the neighborhood, was it a black neighborhood?
At first, no, we start off in the black neighborhood, and as I got older,
You moved towards white folks.
moved towards the white folks.
So I'm asking you. So there was never a time when you were alive where you moved towards black folks.
Towards them? No, when I was
in a black
born.
neighborhood.
And when I was born, I was born in the black neighborhood.
Okay, so you was already born
I was born in the black neighborhood.
in the trouble.
So
Okay.
that's just
So what
like-
I'm saying is, okay, I wanted to know because I wanted to know if when you moved to the black neighborhood or you were in the black neighborhood, do you think was it a neighborhood that when people arrived there, you brought them food and tray and housewarming?
Nah, it was nothing like that.
Do you think black people are housewarming people, like bringing?
No, that's not something we do. But I will say this: when we finally moved in like a mostly white neighborhood, every time something happened, the police came to our house. Dead serious. Like, we got blamed for everything to the point where we weren't even there, and something happened. Cops came to my house. My mother was like, told the cops, "Stop coming here." So y'all, every time something happened, it's you think my kids did it. They're not even here, and something happened. Y'all looking for my kids. She said, "Stop coming here."
Can I be honest with you?
What?
The stories you've told me about you,
All right, listen, man.
I could see why they was coming over there.
But then I wasn't really doing nothing then.
Okay, at that moment in time you weren't, but somewhere in that year,
the times we came, it was the white kids that was doing all this crazy stuff, and they just basically it was like
they blamed it on y'all.
It had to be them.
Now
like,
I
no,
will say that it's something I have experienced. They do tend, if you are black and you live in a white neighborhood, in a white community, they tend to not listen to your statement more than they listen to the white counterpart's statement.
Yeah.
They will. I literally experienced that at my high school. I got in a fight with a kid. It was him that started it, and I beat him up. He went to which was strange. I went to the nurse's office. He went to the principal's office.
That's how they do.
Nurse like, you need anything? I'm like, I'm fine. And then they brought me to the principal's office. He was sitting in there, and the teacher was like explaining. Well, he talked to me. He told me the story. I said, well, okay, can I tell you No, he told me the story. I'm good. And
yeah, see, he wasn't trying to hear you.
She wasn't.
He was beat up, so he figured you were the aggressor.
Yes,
because you were the black kid. You were the aggressor.
That was it. And I literally was like, "Did he tell you how he tried to slap me in the face?" Like she's like, you have to shake their hand or you're gonna get expelled. And I'm like, you know how hard it is.
That's a win.
You know, but you know how hard it is to shake your opposer's hand.
Yeah,
your oppressor.
I know it's tough. Shaking hand and be like,
yeah.
Well, my school was so bad. I'm telling you what happened. This is how bad my school was.
Go ahead.
I was there was this kid who was he's just a bad kid. Comparatively, he was the worst. And one day joking around, he took my project and threw it out the window.
Oh my God.
I mean, just
how far was the window?
It was like we were like 3 stories up. So just off of pure reaction, I punched this kid square. I mean, bam, gave him one because it took me like 3 weeks to work on that joint. My parents did not play about homework
Oh,
in our
yeah.
household, so I gave him a
Okay,
boom,
3
bro.
weeks. I can
Yeah,
see you being like,
just,
what?
I didn't say anything. I just,
cracked him.
I was like, go get it. And the teacher saw it, and she sent us both now to the principal office. I'm like, man,
Together?
together. We was down
Was
there.
there anybody who was walking you?
No.
They know. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that I knew what the real answer was. I've experienced that. Well, I do schools. You get in a fight with another kid, and y'all say, go to the principal's office, and y'all both leave the area, and nobody walks us there. First off,
I could get you in the hallway.
well, first off, half of us, because the teacher don't even tell. Does she even call up there and tell the principal?
No, because when we got there, she was like, "What are y'all doing here?"
Yeah, you have to like. Do you understand the trust that these teachers in society had with students back in the day? I experienced it. You get in a fight with somebody, they will literally in the class tell you to go to the principal's office. Both of y'all walk out of there together, walking down there trying to get y'all stories together, or not even you're not even getting yourself. You just mad at each other.
I know.
But nobody, for some reason, I don't know why it doesn't happen. I don't know why round two don't never happen
in a hallway.
But they and I know they used to have the hall monitor, but nobody give a damn about them.
Yeah.
You walk your ass to the principal's office, then the principal is looking at you like, "What's going on?"
Here?
And they see the one person with the bloody nose looking like, I don't know, and they literally be like, "What happened?" And now you have to confess
All right, look
with nobody defending you. You have to confess to your crime, and nobody even knows what the crime is.
Yeah.
Imagine you being a police officer at the front desk, and
Like,
somebody walks in.
I murdered 3 people. Like, what?
You're like, why you go? You nobody was looking for you.
So listen, we get to the principal's office, right? And they look at it like, what? Like, what's happening? Because you see the kid holding his face.
So you didn't even go get you haven't even gotten your thing out yet.
No,
right?
it's still in somewhere on the street somewhere. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, man, I'm gonna be real with you. He threw my homework out the window and I punched him in the face. And then the principal's like, is that true? He was like, I was joking around.
Wait a minute, hold on. Why would that not be true? The man is holding his face like he got punched. Why would the punchie not tell you what? I just told you what happened. I punched him in the face.
He was like, is that true? Because he could have just said, no, he just punched me in the face. But he was like, yeah, I did. He was like, all right. He looked at me,
see, but the problem is this, though. He could have said, no, I didn't do nothing. He just punched me in the face. And then all you would have said was, let's go outside to the street.
Well, that's what I did. He said, well, where's your homework? I said, it's still out there. And then we walked outside, and there it was. And he was just like, okay, you can go back to class.
Both of them? Or
no, just me. He said, you can go back.
Did you was your homework just completely destroyed?
No, it wasn't destroyed. Yeah, luckily it was
still intact.
But he was like, yeah, you can go.
Did you get an A?
I did pass.
The principal like, please get this boy. If you give this a feeling, he might attack the motherfucking teacher.
So the other kid got suspended. My parents never knew about it. They didn't call home. They do nothing.
Wait a minute. You never told your parents?
I never told them. I told them years later. Like I was
the school never even told them that you attacked a student.
Never said.
See, that's the thing. That's the difference. Parents nowadays, when that kid would have came home, you know what? No, they wouldn't have. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you the real truth. If a kid is bold enough to take a kid's 3-week-old homework assignment and take it and toss out the window, they be in trouble all the time.
Yeah.
And their parents don't punish them.
Yeah. So I gave them. I only did it once. I told my parents I was like 30 by the time.
Now look, that's the difference. I mean, this is the one thing I can say. I don't care what you say. White and black people are the same way. If you, and this is just a human thing, if you do not put restrictions and punishments on people, they will get more wild and out of control.
Yeah,
and what I mean by that is that kid who's doing that, bold enough to, he's not being tended to by his parents properly. And I'm talking about tending to and talking to him, letting them understand that this will not be tolerated.
Yeah.
But the same way, that kid, I had kids in my school on the white side where the same thing, where the ones who would act a fool or get in trouble all the time, they would never be punished by their parents. Even if the school tried to make a punishment on them, the parents just did not care wasn't an authority into
Yeah.
this kid.
That's the problem. They don't think there's any type of consequences.
But-
and the same thing is like 2 weeks later, that kid came back and he never, for the rest of the year, he never said 2 words to me.
I wouldn't either. Shit.
No, like you
Goddamn,
mad at
You
me.
were goddamn assaulted. That's
no,
what that is.
no, you don't just throw somebody's stuff out the window and think.
Look, we could have talked about that, man.
I was a teenager then.
I'm just
Come
talking
on.
shit.
I want to say,
I'm talking shit. Don't get off.
But I don't know how your school was, but mine, it was literally fights.
No, we had fights.
Every
We had a kid get thrown.
every
We had
day.
okay. So when you walk into the school, there was a section. They had made this like little room. It was all glass on outside, the walls and everything was glass.
Uh-huh.
And it was a room that if you need extra help, extra studying with a tutor, or just it was like for help. It was like kind of like a learning center for inside the school for certain kids. You can go in there if you need help. And these kids were trouble kids. So if you got in trouble a lot, they will put you literally
We called that
like send you there. Go there.
we called that they called it ISR. Independent study room. That's what they called it.
Okay, there we go. Go to ISR room. So this kid went out there and they must have had a little words or whatever. He threw another kid through the window, shattered glass, everything. I come out of class, and she all this glass on the floor. And I'm like, what the hell? And then this was so crazy about it. There was 2 of them broke through. The man grabbed them and threw them back into the classroom. I was like, this is crazy. So you imagine one glass that's broke to hell, another glass that's good, and then another glass that's broke to hell on the other side. And I'm like, hell, did somebody just run through one and try to jump through it again?
Oh man, that to me
that was wild.
That's a good fight.
Yeah.
Every day, 5th period, there's a fight.
Oh,
Every single day, it was just battle royale. This is how bad our school was. A kid threatened a teacher.
Yeah.
And his teacher got up and about to beat this kid down. I'm talking about grown man.
What you want to do, young
And
brother?
this dude was like, I don't care. This teacher was super thug. He's like, I don't care. He's like, you want to fight? This is what we gonna do.
So was he trying to fight, or was he just letting them know I'm not backing down? If you want to do something, do it.
I can't think of his kid's name, but he threatened the teacher, and I guess he thought
the teacher was gonna fall back.
He was like, "You can't put your hands on me, you're a teacher." He literally grabbed this kid by the shirt and was like, "I don't give a fuck about anything. I will kill you." I was like,
"Hey, that's my dude." I don't give a care about anything.
Like, if you would have seen the look on his face, I thought he was gonna murder this kid in front of everybody.
Yeah,
like I was just like, the whole class was like, "Oh shit!"
Hey man, everything is shocking when somebody see when you think you're real and you meet a real motherfucker,
a real one,
somebody who really real, and you be like, "Oh shit!" It makes everybody feel uncomfortable.
Listen,
but also kind of excited.
It was like, I'm not gonna lie, the class was so quiet. Like when he kicked the kid out, and then like he tried to go back. Okay, guys, we're gonna learn about history today. It was just like
he went from because what he is he's like, I'm trying to show y'all this type of John, but you're wanting the real killer John to come out, and I almost went there. So,
we were just like history.
What turn to page 68.
Like everybody, I was even afraid to answer questions. I was like,
Taisha, go ahead and read chapter 2, paragraph 5.
Like,
you good, my dude? You got that one kid that's kind of funny. Like, hey, teach question. Not for nothing, that was cool as hell.
Like I've seen teachers like threaten, like straight up, like, "Yo, you want to go?
Only thing I've ever heard with teachers was like, this ain't what you want." That's what they would always say. Listen, this ain't what you want.
We had a big black teacher, Mr. Grant. This dude could clear a hallway. Like when we was going to class.
Was he that dude from like House Party where the teacher was like big as hell?
Yeah, kind of looked like him. But when he yelled, "Get to class," you got the class.
You said, all right, y'all.
Cats was
Good.
all right,
Conversation ended. Hey, all right, we'll
This
see you.
nigga crazy. I'm gonna go.
Cause you know, did not
Yeah.
put your ass against the line. Did I tell you to go to class?
Listen,
Hey, Mr. Johnson.
don't
What was his name?
Mr. Grant. Don't let this dude break up a fight either, cause he picking you up.
Yeah, that's
It's like, damn.
that's what happened with me with the one where I fought the kid and went to class because dude, my coach grabbed me. He came from downstairs, grabbed my waist, lifted me. I was a lot smaller right there. Don't play me in the comments. And I kicked the dude, but he like lifted me up. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's strong as hell.
Yeah,
Like you didn't realize
You
that's
don't
that man
realize it.
strength.
you don't realize that. I've seen kids get body slammed by teachers. I'm like, I'm not fighting this dude.
Now, the only time is if you see somebody get body slammed and the teacher get up and be like,
Yeah.
like you be like, oh, you liking this shit too much, man. You supposed to be trying to stop the kid. You're gonna be.
It's crazy because you see these teachers and you just think of them as teachers. You don't think of them on the outside. He just as crazy as the dude you see around the corner.
Imagine,
you don't think that.
Imagine if I just thought of an idea like this was a skit, like a Family Guy skit. Nah, some of these skits don't make no sense.
Mhm.
But it's like a kid who's like a bad kid. He torments all the teachers, and then the next clip you see is like the Rodney King thing, but it's the teachers beating the bad kid up and taking turns.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be a funny little skit?
There you go right there. Get it.
You know, wouldn't that be? I know how I would say it too. It'd be like when you know how Peter would cut this on or Quagmire. Like it's like a badass kid, and teachers finally get their get back after the LA riots, and then it pops to the screen. He's like, yeah, and then next thing you know, he's like the video. I don't know.
They did one where Peter was at career day, and some kid was talking trash to him.
Oh yeah,
and the teacher was like, "Yo, he played dodgeball by the monkey bars. Get him at 3:00." And then so anyway, we want to go to the
yeah, because the teacher's been ready to get his ass done. That's what I'm talking about. Like that would be funny.
That joy had me laughing. He played monkey bars. He played basketball by the monkey bars. 3:00. Get him there.
He said, "Got you. Thanks for the info." About to put a hit out on the kid. That's crazy.
That's
man.
how it be though, man. The school was crazy back there.
Definitely. Anything else you want to talk about before we get up out of here?
Man. Rest in peace, Kev.
Rest in peace, my man. You are the Godfather. I don't care what nobody else says. Ladies, go ahead and hit the like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, fellas. And we're going to keep banging these episodes out, man. If you also want to go ahead into the Cash App, hit my man with the one time. My man love the Lunchables. Which ones you like?
I love the pepperoni ones. The pizza ones.
He weak, man. Ham, cheese.
Don't even
and crackers, man. That's what we doing over here on my side. So look, today's what? Friday?
Yeah.
Go out there and do something, fellas. Go do something you ain't did in a long time that you knew back in the day you used to love. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the haters. Let the peasants be where they're supposed to be, which is under you. You feel me? And as long as you do that, you're going to be being yourself, man. That's the best you could be. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Beans.
Y'all have a good weekend.
What you about to do?
I'm about to go. Oh, look at
So
you.
you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to